Now let's go ahead and look at the Web Storage API. So the API works the same for session storage or local storage. It's based on the concept of key and value are always strings. So remember, the data is scoped to the page origin, which is the protocol hostname plus port. And remember, only pages from the same origin can access the data. To store an item, we make use of storage.setItem key, value. And to retrieve an item, we make use of storage.getItem key. Here's some more details on the API. So to set an item with key value, it'll set the key with the given value. If it already exists, it'll update the value. Get item for the key, it'll return the key value. If it doesn't exist, it'll return null. We can do a remove item on key, so it'll remove the item key. If that key doesn't exist, it does nothing. And then we can also call clear. The clear method will empty all the keys out of storage, so it'll empty the keys and their associated data. This is for this specific origin. And if you'd like to get more details here on the Web Storage API, you can visit the link here on the slide, and it'll redirect you to the official documentation. All right, so let's kind of pull this together with our development process. So in the first step, we're going to update our cart service to read data from session storage. Then we'll add a new method in cart service called persist cart items. And then finally, we'll modify the compute cart totals method to call this new method persist cart items. Alrighty, step one of updating the cart service to read data from the session storage. So in our cart service, we have our cart items array. And for storage, I'll make use of session storage. So this is going to be a reference to the web browser's session storage. And we get access to this for free. Now in my constructor, I'm going to read data from storage. So I'll say let data equals json.parse this storage.getItem cart items. So cart items is the key, and we can actually use any name for the key. We simply have to stay consistent in our application. And the json.parse, remember, it'll read the JSON string and convert it to an object. And then I check if data is not equal to null, then I make an assignment, this.cartItems equals data. And then I compute the totals based on the data that's read from storage. So I call this.computeCartTotals. And then in step 2, we're going to add a new method in cart service called persistCartItems. So here's this new method here, persistCartItems. I make a call to this.storage.setItem cart items. That's the key. And then I make use of JSON stringify this.cartItems. So I pass in the value and I convert it to a string. Because remember, with the storage API, everything's a string. So we have to take this object and convert it to a string. And we do that by making use of that JSON.stringify. Then in step 3, we modify the compute cart totals to call the new method persist cart items. So here's my compute cart totals method. We do all of our normal work. And then the final thing we'll do is this persist cart data. So I make use of this.persist cart items. That's that new method that we just created. And that's basically it here for the coding. So let's go ahead and move into the next video and let's start writing some code.